this is what I was mentioning, is that I will have to really now think what I should speak, because I was looking at the financial results, and every one of you are doing awesome work in just whatever you're doing. But here's something. It is with great joy that I get to spend this time with great minds like all of you, talking to you about how to achieve unstoppable success in any economy. And I was listening to all your challenges about teams and about performance, and I think I would love to discuss on that after we are done with this, with my overview and everything. But whatever I will share with you, my friends, is with an aim to help you take your business not to the next level, but to the level that is most desired by you. That's where every business person, every entrepreneur, every leader needs to be at. Not the next level, but the desired level. This is exactly the gap why we see that there are some people who achieve in their business and they keep moving ahead, whereas some get stuck at a certain level after 5 years, 8 years. I have had entrepreneurs who've come to me and they have been in business for 15 years and still they aren't seeing the growth. That's because you never think of the next level. You always must think of your level that is most desired by you. And with that aim, I want to help you to change, to change what you are, how you are designing your work. And let me get to know you. Okay, you know me. My name is Payal Nanjiani, and I'm your friend. So that's what is there, and keep that chat box running. I don't come with any slides. I don't bring any presentations. I'm only going to share with you my own life experience and the experience of all of my clients since 21 years. So keep that chat box coming. When you feel that I have said something that resonates with you, please put a yes in that chat box, so I know that you have experienced this, or you know someone who is going through this issue, or you know that this is happening in your life, and that will help me to talk more about it. But let me just get to know you a little bit. Everyone here, give me a yes if how many of you here are here because you feel that your business is stuck at a certain level, and you want to find a way to really break through and move ahead in your business. Okay, I'm seeing those yeses coming. Okay, how many of you are here? You are here in a growing business. It's growing, but it's not growing fast enough. It's not growing with speed the way you want it to grow. Okay, I have more yeses on that. Okay, one more last one that will give me a good way. Give me a yes if you believe that your business could and should be doing a lot more better than you are where you are right now. You feel okay. Super. So I think I will go with your responses. I see a lot on the second and the third one. So okay, let me go with that. Friends, and I'm going to just talk to you very casually. I'm not going to sit and just give you information here. When I wrote this book, How to Achieve Unstoppable Success in Any Economy, and it was published right at the midst of the coronavirus. I think there was no other better time than getting published then. When I handed this manuscript to the publisher, who was based off New York, he read through that manuscript, and here's what he told me, and I'm saying this quote unquote. Okay, he said, Payal, this book is giving the answer to why there are only a few who succeed exponentially at whatever they do, whether it is their business or their jobs. He said it explicitly says, why do some entrepreneurs and leaders generate fabulous results while others just scrape by? Now, at that time, of course, I did not know that the book would be award-winning or anything like this. But here's something for you, my friends. This is a question that has come to me only from entrepreneurs, and this comes from around the globe. Payal, if there was one quality that is most important for anyone to be a successful entrepreneur, what would that quality be? And my friends, if I had this opportunity to come out of this screen and have a personal conversation with all of you. And if I was to come and tell you one-on-one, what is that one quality that is most important for anyone to become a great leader, a great entrepreneur? It is the ability to be unstoppable. And I in my own I have learned this philosophy of the ability to be unstoppable while coaching and speaking to some of the most successful leaders and entrepreneurs and political leaders in the world. I have come to understand none of them are different than you, but they do things differently. They have certain rituals, they have certain practices, they have certain techniques that they have designed, and they follow it with discipline. And I really wanted to think about this. What practices, what rituals, what techniques have you designed which you follow with discipline? And that's something for you to reflect. It's not something for me to see in the chat box. It's for you to think and be honest with yourself in that. Now, see, when it comes to my book, I have written all of these practices in many of my books. And if any of you know me very well, if any of you have followed any of my work, you know I'm a person of techniques. I don't believe in the what as much as I believe in just how you have to do it. You've got to know how to do it. That's very important. So that's why I am more known for techniques, and I'm going to share the same here with you. So I've shared this very openly in the book, very, very openly. It's not available on public domains because these are insider techniques. But here's something I really want you to, really grasp it, write it where you want. It's a leadership breakthrough moment, my friends. You cannot achieve unstoppable success in your business if you do not know how to first be an unstoppable leader. And I really want you to get this statement sink into you, my friends. Let it just sink into you. Someone asked me to repeat it. You cannot achieve unstoppable success in your business if you do not know how to first be an unstoppable leader yourself. Let me talk to you about this, my friends. I want you to do something here. On a scale of 1 to 100, okay, on a scale of 1 to 100, and if you all want to keep your videos all on, please feel free to do that. I love watching, I love to interact. So here's what I want you to do. On a scale of 1 to 100, I just want you to give a number to yourself, okay? This is just for yourself. I want you to rate yourself on your leadership. And when I talk about leadership, I do not talk about the leadership which is the traditional leadership which is out there everywhere, and nor do I write about them in my books. I talk about a deeper sense of leadership, of your inner leader, of how you are, what are your inner leadership competencies. But if you're not aware of the inner leader, if you haven't read the book, you might not grasp that yet. So give a number to yourself on 1 to 100, just basically on your leadership, okay, just on your leadership. And here's what I want you to think about. If I give myself, say, a number 50, okay, I'm at number 50 in my leadership, which means that wherever I am, nothing will ever surpass my leadership. Nor my income, nor my clients, nor my teamwork, nothing, nor my status quo, nor my business, nothing in your life, my friends, will ever surpass your leadership. Which means, and I was hearing some of you even talk about teamwork and everything, which means if I have rated myself at 50, that's where I have put my limit. I haven't grown beyond that. It means my team will always operate much below my leadership capacity. It is called a leadership capacity. You will read it in the book. It's called leadership capacity, which means if I want my teams to give 100%, am I operating at 150 to 200%? If I want that my teams are dedicated, what is my level of dedication as a leader? My friend, teams not operate at 49 or 48. They will be much below. They will be operating at a level of 30, at a level of 35, 25. There'll be only 1 or 2 who will come up next to you and they would be like, okay, you know what? We are at 49, we are at 48. But guess what? Guess what? they will start hitting here because this is your leadership capacity, and soon they will either stop performing the way they are strong, or they will be out of your team somewhere else because you will not be able to stop them. So either their performance or some called a leadership capacity. You have to know what is your leadership capacity and how you can keep increasing it. That's the way, my friends, business increases. You know, I always tell entrepreneurs, I always tell corporate leaders that you know, we all have goals. You know, we all have goals which are uphill, and all your goals are up there because we dream big. You know, we are taught to dream big, but our habits, our daily habits, are downhill. So you see the gap between where you want to go and where you are. That's the gap created in majority of the lives. Here's the thing I want you to write down, friends. Your results are not your results are because of you. You are not because of the results. There is a profound difference in this statement, both the statements. Your results are because of you. You are not because of the results. And I will explain this equation. I don't know how many of you like, you know, if you read my books, you will see I'm a lot into quantum physics and a lot into human behavior and the science of the brain. So I will give you from where this equation, how we derived, my team and I derived this equation after a lot of research. If you want to write down this equation, just go ahead. It's R is equal to I. Okay, R is equal to I, which means your results are because of your inner leader. And like I said, until you don't grasp the concept of inner leader, it may not come immediately right now to you. But R is equal to I. How does this come? Okay, it means your decisions that you make. Okay, your decisions are equal to your actions that you take, inner leader. Okay, which when we start equation, R is equal to D plus A, which means R your is equal to the plus the actions. That's how you get your decisions and the actions that you take. Your decision, your actions is equal to bring that R is of the inner leader. This is why I find that majority of the entrepreneurs I talk with, they are working harder and harder than ever. They are working harder and harder than ever to survive in the uncertain market. And please give me a yes, yes, if any of you have experienced this, that every single day you're waking up, you're into your business because you have to survive in this uncertain market. We need to be here. We need to, again, and your yes, yeses tells me we are all in the same place. When I started off, okay, I'm just going with your responses. When I started off years back, you know, when I left corporate America and I got into this completely business of coaching and speaking and becoming, writing books on leadership and helping people to succeed, I remember every single day I would wake up and think, oh, I hope I have the clients and I hope I get the money and I hope I get, so you know, we operate with a survival mentality, which is very, very, very common in entrepreneurs, very common. And it gets them stuck. It gets them stuck because you don't think of thriving. Okay, you don't think of thriving. You need to think of thriving. And I learned this when I began to connect with these successful leaders, when I started to work with them, is when I got to understand that the gap between where they are and where I want to be, where I want to see myself, it can never be fulfilled if every single day I'm working with a survival mentality. If every single day I'm working to think, okay, you know what, I just need to make sure that this month is covered. No, I don't need to think this month is covered. And I'll come to it, and I'll come to that as to how do you change that. But here's the big deal, my friends. Very recently, when I was interviewed by Biz TV in Atlanta, This happened just last month, and I've not still put it up on my social media. I said something, and I said something with my heart, which I always say. Businesses don't fail. Businesses don't fail. It's we as a leader who fail from inside. You know, your businesses never slow down. Businesses don't have the capacity and the power to slow down. It's we as a leader who slows down. You know, it's we as a leader who start taking a step back. Businesses don't fail. Businesses don't slow down. So, you know, for any one of you, for me, for anyone, you know, when we want to think of achieving unstoppable success, along with networking, along with your business plans, along with your marketing and account keeping, you know, because we have to do it all, right? When you start off, okay, I remember when I started off, I was wearing different hats and I was doing everything until my entire team got built. So here's what you want to do. And that's what my core is today that I want to talk to you about is you have to know how to optimize yourself as a leader. I cannot stress that enough. You have to work more on yourself than you can ever work on your business, than you can ever work on your work. Because entrepreneurs lead the business doesn't lead you. So you have to know how to optimize yourself. And if I had more time with you, I would just really specify all the techniques that I could to help you with that. But of course, it's mentioned in all of my books. But I will tell you things that are not mentioned in the book for now. Okay, so that when you read the book, whenever you want, you can see the other things. But here's what I would share very quickly. I'll give you 3 such things that has helped me. It has helped my clients to really really grow exponentially in their corporate and business world. Number 1, like many of you said, the business gets stuck. It's not growing the way it should grow. Think big to do big. Okay, think big to do big. Now, see, I don't know what your goals are. I would love to know after I get through this, and when we are chatting, all of us are chatting, I would love to know what your goals are. But I do know that with whatever chatting you've had with me, whatever I've known you until now, I do understand that you are here today, wherever you are in your life, because some part of you really wants to play a big game. Okay, and please keep that yes coming if it is true for you. There is some part of you that really wants to play a bigger game. Okay. Now, you know, some years back, I was a leadership instructor. Okay, just plain leadership instructor. And for 5 years, I just loved doing what I was doing. Okay, I would do trainings for small groups of 5 or 10, 15 people. And I was quite super satisfied with my life. You know, I was feeling, okay, things are going well. I'm earning well and everything is fine. And one day I had this opportunity through the business, because by that time I had already left my corporate work. I had the opportunity through my business to travel to San Francisco. And there I had I met the CEO of this company, which I had once worked for. It was a mid-sized company. And he asked me, he said, hey, you know, so how are you doing? How's life? How's work? And what brought you here to SFO? And I enthusiastically said, and I said, hey, you know what? I am here to conduct a seminar on leadership for, now for 30 people. And he said, great. So, how much are you going to make, Payal, out of this? And I was excited, and I said, I upfront said, oh, I'm going to make $2,000 for this group of 30 people that I am going to be speaking to for around, 6 hours. And he said, okay. And he asked me something which took me, took me aback. He said, okay, but so I assume you traveled business class. And I said, no, I traveled coach class. And he looked at me and he said, okay, Payal, why are you doing this? And I got really offensive. Okay, I got really offensive. I said, hey, you know what? I don't care. I don't care about the money. I don't care whether I travel business class or not. I just love what I'm doing. And he said to me, he said, no, Payal, this is not what I meant. He said, what I am saying to you are 2 things. He said, number 1, I know your work and you are great at leadership. You have this awesome concept of success within leadership. You know how to get people to become successful in their life. Then why are you playing small? You're comfortable teaching 30 people earning $2,000, whereas the program could benefit more than 1 million people in the workforce, at the universities, at conferences. And he said, number two, Payal, if you are in business, you've got to think about money. And he said, and that was very true, my friends, because 90% of the people, 90% of the entrepreneurs, whenever I have asked them that, okay, why are you in business? They will give me all the reasons except the fact that I am here to first also earn money. We shy away from the concept of speaking about money. We shy away from the concept of speaking aloud and saying that, yes, because until your cup is not full, you can never be of value to someone else. If you are frustrated from inside that, hey, you know what, I was not able to meet my monetary goals for this month, how in that frustration, how are you going to be of service? The best version of you can never come out. So you have to be very honest, at least with your own self, if not with the world. And I'm not saying you go out there and announce to everyone, hey, you know what, I'm here for money. No, but you've got to be honest with yourself. In fact, if you've read any of my interviews, whether it has been on the TV, radio, or the media, I have been very open in saying, I've got to earn. I've got to earn first. How will I sit here and speak to you if I have not earned what I needed to earn? So be honest with yourself and begin to play big. That's exactly what, and that really changed my thinking. It really changed me, because he said it's not about the coach class or the business class. It's about you wanting to be in that business class. And of course, after that, things did change for me. I did travel by business class always. But anyways, here's what the thing is. When I went home that day back to North Carolina, that's basically where home is. And I flew back and I sat in deep silence, just reflecting on what he had said to me. Play big, play bold. And I'm just looking at these chat. So glad that all of us are on the same page on this. Just teaching 30 people that I am with. Okay. Am I audible? Okay, just give me a yes. Okay, great. Okay. I'm audible, right? Okay, because it showed some connection problem here. Okay. And then that's how things began to change, my friends, from 30 to 300 to 3,000. And today, some years back, of course, we completed training more than 1 million people to become world-class leaders. And I share this with you not to impress you, but to express to you that for you to achieve your goals, for you to fulfill those dreams that you have to play big. Playing small means our actions are motivated by our fears more than they are motivated by our dreams. Okay, our actions, when we are playing small, it means we are motivated by insecurities, by low self-worth and scarcity. And let me tell you what, either of us, whether we admit it or not, that's the fact. So here's what I want you to do again. Okay, someone said to repeat that. So when we are playing small in our business, when we are playing small, it means our actions are motivated by our fears, by our insecurities, by our self-worth, and by our scarcity. Okay, so here's what I want you to do, my friends. I want you to identify and sit and do this in solitary. You don't have to, you will not get the answers if you're going to do it aloud here. I want you to identify, in what ways are you playing small? Are you in any way limiting that vision, which could have been bigger than what it is right now? We had recently done a corporate session on vision, and everyone there had agreed that they definitely have played small in even creating a vision, And then, of course, we did some exercises on that. But here's your leadership breakthrough that I want you to think about. Our vision is more obstructed by what we think we know than by our lack of knowledge. Okay. Our vision is more obstructed by what we think we know than by the lack of knowledge, which means we are limited not by our abilities, but by our vision. Number two, I would say, and I don't know how much time I have to speak with all of you, but number two that I would say would be, as an entrepreneur, you have to take care of your actions. You know, in my third book, it's not released, it's going to be released this year. I have written about why execution is a leader's greatest challenge. Why execution is a leader's greatest challenge. You know, some years back, before the pandemic had hit the world, I had come to Bangalore, you know, I'm basically, I was traveling to India to give these workshops and at corporates, and I was in Bangalore, and I met this woman. Okay, I still remember her name, 𝐁𝐀𝐍𝐿, and she's an entrepreneur. Okay, and she supplied paper products to restaurants. So when the economy was booming, her business was booming like anything. And she had a few great clients to whom she would supply these products, you know, restaurants and everything, and she would get really good income. So I just asked her generally, you know, I asked her what about her future plans, her future business plans, and what her vision was. And she said that she wants to grow her business and become more known in the industry of supplying these products. And I asked her then, I said, okay, so, you know, have you started working on the same? And her answer is something I will never forget. She said, yeah, I will work on it, Payal, when the time is right, because as of now, things are going great with my current clients, and I've really got to make sure that I get to them. Now, I'm not saying that you don't focus on your current clients and you just, you know, don't be satisfied with what you have and everything. What amuses me is that people have extraordinary dreams and plans, again, but ordinary habits that don't allow them to win in the market. Okay, they're not playing to win in the market, and that's what the third book is all about. Okay, so I'm telling this all to you so that when the book is released, you can always say, hey, you know what, I had already told this to Payal, I already know, she already took all that from me and wrote it. But that's what the book would be about, is how you're going to win in the market, whatever is your field, whether you're in the corporate or you're a business owner. Waiting for the right time means waiting forever. Now, the story didn't end there. So after, you know, during the pandemic, I came to India. I'm still in India right now. So during the pandemic, I came to India, and I had the opportunity to connect with 𝐁𝐀𝐍𝐿 again over a session that we had done. You know, basically, it was a session for entrepreneurs, a huge conference. And again, during the, you know, I asked her the same question. I said, so how are things in the business for you, and what are your future business plans? And at this time, she answered saying, oh, you know, Payal, it's not the right time right now for me to expand or think anything, because business has slowed down considerably and I am barely making a living right now. So I really have to concentrate on what I am doing. And honestly, my friends, her situation was truly bad at the time. And now it is a little better. But here's my point. There is a reason why the gap doesn't close for many between what we are thinking and what we really want to do, is because the reason we find ourselves stuck, like many of you had mentioned about your business, like, okay, you know, it's not growing the way it should grow, is because of the time we take from ideation to execution. Not because we are not executing, that's another challenge altogether, but because of the time that we take from ideation to execution. You know, there is a law, I think it's called the Parkinson law, that says work expands to fill time. So if you say that, okay, you know what, I will get to this in a year's time, work will expand to fill that time. And I would say, I will get this done in 6 months. Work will expand for me to fit in 6 months. Okay, so here's something I'm going to tell you. If this lady, if this woman, 𝐁𝐀𝐍𝐿, would have executed her ideas parallelly during the boom period, rather than being complacent, you know, rather than just being complacent with her current clients, things would have been much better for her during the pandemic. I can assure you that. See, there are two kinds of people, my friends. And you have to decide which type of a person are you in business. You don't have to say it here, but it's something that you have to be very honest with yourself. There are two types of people, two kinds of people, sorry. One who say, when I feel good and when things become good, I will get to it. And the second who says, I will get to it and feel good. Okay, and I have some people writing that I've experienced this. When I feel good, I will get to it versus I will get to it and feel good. Here's the big deal. The problem is that many of us find ourselves in the first category. I have been there. I was there. Of course, now things have changed. But initially, when I started, I used to always feel, oh, when the things get great, I will get to it. That things never get great. I don't know what's going to come after the pandemic. So I heard some of you. I heard one of you talking about motivation. When you all were having a dialogue, and I really liked what that person said. That motivation lasts only for a certain time, maybe an hour or so. And I so believe in this. I don't think in my own life or the life of the clients who I work with, they have ever felt to wait for motivation. I don't speak about motivation. Okay. And I don't believe into it so much because, I believe in discipline, motivation versus discipline. Entrepreneurs need to have a disciplined life. We need to make sure that every single day we have something to serve, something to make a difference in people's life. Today, if I am here, even after being here for 21 years, even after doing what I'm doing for so many years, today morning, when I am here, when I spoke with Jaspreet a couple of weeks back and yesterday, there was only one thing in my mind. How do I make a difference in the lives of these people who are here today? Nothing more than that. And that happens with me every single time, whether it's a corporate session or whether it is like this, anytime. That's your enough. I think that's enough motivation for any entrepreneur that what difference